cold outside. Alright, who cares though? Coming up here is the first stop. It is the soccer complex and small pistachios, whatever. You're gonna get a couple spots to the left. And what I always do at this point, right around here, is I kill the GPS for a second. Why? Because it'll work through its progressions on this next strip, which there are no spawn points. Remember, when the Go Plus is on, the last thing it does is Pokestops. So, turn the GPS back on. And here we go. Alright, going forward. Next, you got my gym. I call it my gym because I like to sack it on my way to work or on my way back from work every day. It's the closest gym to my house. There's actually a cluster of gyms here. You got the Baptist Church here, the aquatic park, which I'm at. The Mormons are right there. That Pokestop is a free church. Down there you got Mayo Clinic, and a little off screen is the Lutheran Church. The only good thing about living in a small town, lots of churches. And churches are gyms or Pokestops. So I killed the GPS again. It's going to work through the progression as I continue my drive to work. I do work in town. So, it takes me maybe 10 minutes there. If I'm late for work, it'll take me all of 6 minutes to spread across town. So it's actually more of going a slow route that maximizes returns. I'm going to make my first right on the day. Right here is going to be a cluster of Pokemon that jump up here. We got back-to-back shiny Pikachus on the December community weekend thing, but not during the 3-hour community day heightened part of it. So that's what's fun about here. Usually I do shiny checks as I go. Nothing too exciting popping up. I'll just let the gotcha get it. And if you look to the left, what do I see? Steve Pierce Memorial Park. On the lake out there, there's 2 ice fishers. They're either incredibly brave or incredibly stupid. But what can you do? This is the part where I start off loading my gifts. Morning. The 7Ks have been fairly good to me. I've got a bunch of Munchlax now, 3 Railu, a Mantike, and a Chingling. And I also hatched a shiny Christmas hat Pichu. So, kind of got the family after I caught those 2 shiny Santa hat Pikachus. Or no, that wasn't the Pikachu event, Christmas event. I did get 2 shiny Santa hat Pikachus though, here in town. One thing I seem to be is a Pikachu Whisperer of the shiny type. Not much else going on usually. I don't know. Like everyone else, it comes in waves for me. Realistically speaking, I'm probably not going to do a raid today. Most during the work week, which is Monday through Thursday, I cannot raid. On my way into work, I really don't got time to take these gyms down. If they're there as I drive through them, I'll go ahead and drop something off. For the most part, though, I just drive through and see what the gotcha gets. Or Pokeball Plus, depending on the day, whatever I'm rocking at that moment. My wife tends to rock the Pokeball Plus, and that is because I'm greedy and takes the gotcha. Unless it's on Community Day, something where she gets real frustrated if she doesn't start bringing in the shinies. She's not a very avid player at all. In fact, I think she hates it, or at least hates me on the Pokemons. More addictive than the crack and the meth. But she does like competition. So on Community Day rolls around, it's like, okay, babe, who's going to get the most shinies? I'm going to get more shinies than you. And then it goes straight to hell in our family for the next 3 hours. Really, though, it's whatever keeps her happy is what I try to do. I got that obsessive brain. When I get into something, I can't get out of it. I'm a returning Pokemon player. I started back up in September. I hadn't played for about 2 years at that point. But when I did come back, I was already level 29, I want to say. So if I played July and August of 2016, I came back in 2018 after 2 years. I think I got quite the head start on the game. Why did I quit playing? At that point, I'm a little bit older than the average college student, but I graduated college, finished my practicum for my therapy licensure, and then went out and got a big boy job. And then kids, all that fun stuff. So I got away from the Pokemons. When he was newborn, he would sit in the car. My wife worked overnights to support our butts as I got my therapy license. So I grabbed Gabe in the morning, throw him in the back car since he's newborn, and he'd sleep the entire time, and that's why we like newborns. Because they sleep and stuff. Poop and eat, that's it. So real easy. I throw him in the car, we drive around Mankato, where I was going to college at. It has one of the best spawning areas in the state, in my opinion. And we Pokemon. Well, now he's going on 3, and he can catch the Pokemons. He loves the Pokemons. He gets upset when the Pokemons run from him. He's caught himself plenty of Pokemons. So it's a little bit of fun. We go out here, we can find a nice little cluster spot, hand him the phone. He'll work his cute little baby way through it. So right here is what I have to do to farm stops when I'm at work. It's kind of a GPS hack. So as I'm driving, I drop the GPS. Alright. And then it will sit here and farm all the Pokestops for the next hour. If you have a Gotcha or a Pokeball Plus, I don't have a regular Go Plus, but I'm assuming it's the same. And then as long as you don't mess with it, it doesn't mess with you. And I'll just sit here collecting them. Very rural player. What I just drove through is the second best area in town for stops. I mean, it's not that great. There's one other area which I'll show later on called Heritage Acres. They're very, very, very clustered up there. Usually all right to go up there. But on my way to work, and I live just down the road from where I made that right-hand turn to loop back. That's it. There's no Pokemon spawns in my house, none whatsoever. At my office, if there's just a teeny tiny bit of drift, I can catch one Pokemon that hangs out. My employer. I don't want to hang around. All right. And these are the guys that pop up. Looks like we got a bunch of Dragonite in here, and Rhyperior, and Ho-Ho. Normally shiny Ho-Ho's who jumps up. And my guess is we got a couple multi-coners here. 3, 4, yeah. I think there's 3 people in the car and 6 accounts right now, 7 accounts. And the joys of rural Pokemon. You know, gotta work with what you got. Usually in these raid things, I can get like one good Saturday right away, and then from there it kind of tapers out the enthusiasm. And Shining Groudon was about, everybody was excited for him. So I guess we'll see. This weekend will be probably pretty heavy, and that's it. I didn't catch the move. Probably not one of the dragon moves if all my Dragonites came up. Fire Blast, there it is. And I just tapped through. No reason to get too crazy with it. Ooh, boy. And tap-a-day-day tap. There we go. So I made the mistake when I came back where I didn't know about IV checkers when I stopped playing in September 2016. So when I came back, I found out about the IV checkers right away, checked everybody, and deleted pretty much everything. I didn't realize about lucky trading and saving them for a chance like that. That strategy wasn't employed yet. So I got relatively few Pokemon left from 2016. I don't think I have a single one from 2017. And I started playing again in September. So it's been a little bit of a learning curve again, but I really have to say this game is so much better now than when I left it. I'm really shocking how much better this game is. And I think that gets lost on a lot of people, but this game's fantastic now. I think that's everybody. Okay, whatever. I'll start with the next wave. And I landed right on Fire Blast naturally, so. Get my Tyranitar and my Dark combo. And that should do it. Ugh. Alright. I'm gonna get quite a few more balls than that. First throw on them and bam. Yep. I see the gotcha working in the background. You're going to set the circle, you have to absolutely hit it. And we wait. Yeah, fuck that. Come on. There we go. And that is my first Palkia. New Pokedex entry. Alright. Good evening. Alright, here's the final part of my daily grind with it. Not much changes on the way home for my rural gameplay. Occasionally I might make my way out to Heritage Acres. Usually when I do that, it's in the morning time. In the evening, it's just kind of how the cookie crumbles for me again. I might alter my route a little bit if there's gyms where I can drop my Pokemons off. Good news, bad news with the gyms. Usually if I can drop them off after work, That typically means that they'll hold till the next day, and that's good. I get my 50 coins for tomorrow. Looking at the Pokemon I have in gyms right now. Do I have any? The one gym I have is a Mormon church. It's a little out of the ones in town. That seems to be one where people don't typically seek after. So I don't think I necessarily would be knocked out tomorrow if I dropped the one off tonight. So being a Valor player, I look at my map. I would love to drop one off there, but that's a courthouse, and I don't want to roll in with the cops at night when I'm playing, because there's a one-way there, and you have to just go through the mess. I always come up this direction. Because when I come up here, I can look over at the police station, the courthouse, and see if anybody has their lights on or engine running. Typically with the gacha, it auto spins anyway, so it's not a huge concern. But never been too safe, never been too sorry. There's outlaws, and then there's Pokemon players. So coming up here, you always got to make sure the vehicles coming up the hill aren't the lawman. They're good guys, so try not to give them too much hell. They've been dealing with Pokemon for years. I asked one of the guys who never had a period of absence like I did, if he ever gets a hard time for doing the raids at the courthouse there. His answer was, they just look at me and say, "You're still playing?" So they know what's going on. Honestly, in this community, they're much more worried about the meth players, or not meth players, but meth addicts. Meth hit this community pretty hard, like a lot of rural places. I'm thankful that heroin hasn't made its ugly grip down this way yet. But fad drugs, it feels inevitable. So right off the bat, I don't see any. Oh, yeah, okay. Church there. Yeah, I'll go add Pokemon to the Salem Church. Then I head home. Pokemon's a random numbers game. The more you catch, the more shinies you're likely to get. You aren't catching all the time, you're not getting shinies. That's why I love the gacha. It makes it real simple. However, the gacha is like a vacuum. It sucks in all the low CP Pokemons, but there's probably high level or high CP Pokemon that I just don't have a chance at. That are shiny. That's just kind of the give and take you have to make when you get a gacha. So I don't mind playing with the Pokeball Plus. You got a chance to look overhead at them if you want to. If you don't, I'm just gonna carry on with whatever's going on. I always throw in whatever Pokemon is at that number 8 slot. Take a look at these things I'd be looking for right now. Finnegan. Finnegan would be the only Pokemon that I'd really alter my route home for. think Finnegan is one of 2 evolutions that I don't got, not ready for. With Lumbre, my buddy, he's the other one. But because I need a lot of candy for him, he gets to be my buddies as I walk around. Once I got enough candies to evolve him, I'll switch Finnegan up in there until I can evolve that guy. You know, it's always a process, so we'll see who remains after that. Ooh, alright. The Catholic Church down there. Let's see if they got an opening. They do. It's funny, a lot of times I do like Eevee team down here. I don't know why it's always the Catholics. But the Catholics like their evolutions. No, and I'm not one to bitch and moan, so then the question becomes shiny Espeon or shiny Umbreon. When I'm not working on candies for Pokemon, shiny Umbreon is usually my buddy, so I'm going to give him some gym time today. Drop off Umbreon at the memorial to the victims of abortion. There's shiny. That's right, powered him up to Great League because why the hell not? And carrying on with the adventure home. I want to thank my wife for driving me around to and from work every day so I can Pokemon. Thank you, baby. Icky. Alright, so at the aquatic park, that looks like it's an instinct gym. I told you I had to farm Pokeballs, and there's not enough stops in town. So I have to do the GPS hack there. You get a lot more Pokeballs and items when you own the gym. So that means I have to sit down and take it over. And there's a shiny Pelican there, so it's actually not so bad as a Gambian. Gambo. What's his name? Oh, nope. It's fuck New York Yellow. Alright. I agree with him, by the way. The East Coast is a tragedy. At least on the West Coast, we got good weather. There's just not a saving grace to the East Coast. Now the issue becomes I park on the side of the road in the middle of the snowbank. Or do I try to pull into the snow-covered parking lot, which I've been stuck in before? I will have my wife just pull over and deal with it. normally this isn't a big deal to pull over here, but the snow entrapment, which is about, looks like it's piled up 4 feet high, kind of blocks the pull over area a little bit. Lucky Magneton. I can't wait to evolve this to a Magnezone someday. And this is where you get nervous, like, oh my, is Golden Raz gonna drop in as I'm sloshing this thing? Nope. It's my gym. And I drop off whatever in the number 8, oh my bad, number 10 slot. And time to farm some Pokeballs. Okay. And that is honestly my night grind. I got a very good job. I make very good money, but I also have a very good family. I absolutely love this game. It's my childhood come true. So you gotta find balance. My wife is a far better woman than I deserve, and she deals with Pokemon. So I add an extra 10 minutes to my drive home. Do a little bit of Pokemon and that's it. When I get home, usually my son runs down to the door, opens it up, Papa's, and all that fun stuff. It's kind of weird because I honestly wish I could spend an hour in the morning grinding before work and hour at night grinding before I get home, but I work 10-hour days, but only 4 days a week. But on the weekend, though, my wife, she knows if I run out to grab the milk, I'm grabbing a Charmander too. I hope you like whole milk, Charmander. Simple process. See if we can hold on until, oh, my family's in the window waiting for me. Like I'm pushing something in here. Oh well. Time to take the blue light effect off. And I'll have it hold there until it sucks up the Pokestop. And like I said, I leave it for an hour When the hour's over, it just disconnects from the gotcha and game over. Gabe? Here he is. And now the Pokestop in the gym. And good day.